you guys, today I'm going to show you how to make healthy tostadas or chalupas. One of the easiest and healthiest way to make it is for you to bake your own tostadas. So go ahead and warm your oven to 380 and we'll bake it on each side 7 minutes each. So we can go ahead and get started with that. So this is going to be for any type of tostadas you want to make. Let's go ahead and turn the camera around and do this. We're going to make our own tostadas. You could make extra ones and put them in a plastic bag for the future whenever you plan on making some. So as I've mentioned before, the best tortillas to have are the bubbly ones. They don't break that easy. So the bubbly ones are the easiest and to work with when you're making anything. So I'm going to make 6. My oven is preheating at 380. I'm going to go ahead and place them there. And then in 7 minutes, when the timer goes off, we flip it over. And once the 7 minutes is over, we go ahead and get them out. And they should be like a little bit golden. I made some this morning when I made another video tutorial. And the color should be something like this. And it's hard. You can feel this the first time you want something to be of this consistency. So let's go ahead and put this in the oven. And in 7 minutes, we'll check on it. Don't forget to put your timer. Alright, we're going to go ahead and do tostadas or chalupas the healthy way. I went ahead and I have my stuff ready. My tostadas are baking right now. We're going to need lean ground beef, or you can have half lean ground beef and half buffalo beef if your store carries it. I'm using 93% lean and 7% fat. That's what we're using. And each serving size is 3 ounces. So this is a pound, 16 ounces, meaning there are at least 6 servings in here. And we're going to use this. We're also going to use our garlic, minced garlic. I'm going to use about a good half a teaspoon. I have to get this out because I kept saying the wrong measurements earlier. So half a teaspoon of that. I'm also going to use about a quarter of a teaspoon of Celtic sea salt. This is the good salt for you. We're also going to use some black pepper, and we like things spicy here, so we can use anywhere between a quarter of a teaspoon. If you want a little bit more, you can go ahead and do that. Ground cumin gives it that delicious Mexican flavor, so we're going to also use a quarter of a teaspoon in that when we're cooking it. We're going to dice half an onion. Could be any color of onion. It's up to you. Then, when our chalupas or tostadas are done, we're going to put some beans on there. I'm not particular, when it comes to refried beans, if you can buy organic beans, fat-free beans. Just don't buy, like, very unhealthy beans. Don't do that. Just buy a regular can of refried beans, and we'll use about a tablespoon and a half of the refried beans per tostada. We're also going to use spinach baby leaves. If you can, use organic. If you are not able to, then go ahead and just get regular baby spinach leaves. We're going to use this instead of lettuce. If you don't like spinach, actually tastes a lot like lettuce when it's fresh. You can use romaine lettuce. If you don't have pre-made guacamole, if you don't have an H-E-B close to you, where they make the fresh guacamole out of fresh ingredients, no preservatives. It's made out of real authentic avocados, tomatoes, onions, cilantro, and jalapenos. Then you can make your own using the ingredients I just mentioned. There's my oven. Or you can just use avocado. Use like 2 or 3 wedges of an avocado per tostada. And if you have fresh homemade salsa, If you, I'm going to have a tutorial on how to make it. I also like HEB's salsa. Once again, it's fresh, no preservatives in it, so that's why I buy it. It's just got the regular cilantro, jalapenos, garlic, onion, tomatoes, with a little bit of lemon. So hopefully I said cilantro. So that's what that's made out of. And we're going to use our half-skim mozzarella cheese to make our tostadas. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Let's start by cooking our meat. You guys, it's been 7 minutes. So we're going to flip over our tortilla and bake it for anywhere between 6 to 7 minutes, depending on how hot your stove gets. So don't forget to set your timer. Okay, you guys, now we got our tostadas out of the oven. They're done. And now we're going to get cooking with our hamburger meat. So the first thing we're going to do, our stove is at a 3.0, is add the the onion, which it's a half an onion or one small onion. The next thing we're going to do is add the garlic, which is like a quarter of a teaspoon of garlic. If you like garlic, you can go ahead and add more. It's up to you, to your liking. Let's go ahead and add the hamburger meat in here. Remember, you can add half of the, you can add half ground chicken, or you can make it out of ground chicken, ground turkey. Turkey is really good. Chomp it in there so that way you don't get a lot of like meatballs. We want to make sure that when we make our tostada, that it's finely ground. There we go. I have my heat at a 3.0. This meat covered shouldn't take no more than 15 to 20 minutes to cook. One thing we can do while we're waiting is nuke our refried beans and cut our tomato. I hope I mentioned that I'm going to add tomatoes to this. So while that's cut, we need our spices. And I have them right here. We're going to add Celtic sea salt. This is a good salt. This is the one your doctor probably wants you to have. I'm adding a quarter of a teaspoon. I'm also adding a quarter of a teaspoon of pepper. I'm running out. I need some new one. Need a new one. Alright, and to give it that authentic Mexican taste, we're going to add Carmen in there. A quarter. Let's go ahead and mix it. Cover and check on it and stir and chop I'm going to cover it for 15 minutes. While you're doing that, cut your tomatoes, your avocado. If you're using romaine lettuce, cut your lettuce. If you want to add some fresh onions on top of that, go ahead and cut that. So I'm going to set this for 15 minutes. I'm going to be checking on it periodically, stirring it, and chopping my veggies. And I'll see you guys when we're getting ready to go ahead and make this tostada. Hi you guys, it's been 15 minutes. Our meat is done, our beans are done, everything is done. So this serving is actually for two, but you know, some people have a smaller stomach than others, so you could actually have two, okay? We're going to go ahead and top our tostada with like a tablespoon of beans, refried beans. Let's go ahead and put 1 tablespoon of our cheese. Spread it out evenly. And so that everything's in place, we're going to go ahead and add the spinach leaves or romaine lettuce, whatever you guys chose to have. Okay. You can add your meat to keep everything in place. You can use 1 tablespoon or 2 tablespoons. It's up to you. There we go. And put our fresh tomatoes. I love tomatoes, so I always put extra. There we go. If you have your salsa, if you like your salsa, you can go ahead and top it with your salsa or your guacamole. First, let's do the guacamole or avocado. You can put the avocado on there. Your salsa. And there you go. There is your delicious tostada or chalupa. Remember, you could have 1 or 2, and I want to thank you for joining me in Losing It Together.